We will be racing for 8 laps in the Mini Challenge, their third and final race of the second round of their championship. Here we are, red lights now at Albert Park. Wait for them to go out. Make sure no one jumps the start. And here we go. Alajajan gets off to a beautiful start. Nice and smooth, not too much wheel spin. He's looking good for turn 1 right now.
Oh,
but there's some challenges coming in from Stokel. Yes, he won't want to sit there. No success ballast. Look how fast he is going. But it's Alajajan straight into turn... Alajajan straight into turn 1. And a great start there.
Yeah, didn't Stokel get off the line beautifully, as you said, Paul? Didn't bog down at all. No success ballast for him. But in the end, he still came out with third, and Carter alongside McNiven, this teenager, really getting a good run.
Sure is. It's lap 1 out of 8. We've only just got things rolling here in the Mini Challenge race number 3. So here we go, round turn 4. A very clean start to the drivers taking care of each other out there, but pushing very, very hard. And this is what it's like when everyone's got the exact same power as you have. You know, you can sit behind them all day unless they make a mistake. So it's up to the driver behind to pressure the guy in front to do some sort of little error to try and get by. Otherwise, you know, the cars are equal except for the success ballast.
Dale Wood.
Hard braking early from Dale Wood, using some of that V8 supercar experience, no doubt picked up from his season in Fujitsu racing, where in 2007 he was voted the most improved driver of the season by V8 Supercars Australia.
McLaughlin having a really good battle there, and McNiven is in that as well. And just watching at the back of the field, oh, look at this, 3 wide. Beautiful run from Manson, along with Dillman closing in there as well. And McNiven got spat out the back. Sam Newman having a battle with Gavin Yort. Yort is in the squawking magpie car. So you've got a squawking cat with a squawking magpie.
And it's not the first time Sam Newman has battled here. He competed in the Mini Challenge race here last year. And he also competed here in a V8 supercar, believe it or not, back in 2000. The Matchbox V8 supercar. And he finished all 3 races, albeit some 8 seconds behind the rest of the field. But he certainly brought the car home. He's a good peddler. He took pole position at Sandown, too, in a Ferrari. But that was because of rain. He was the only one out in the dry. But that's his claim to fame with pole position back in his Nations Cup racing days. One of the many stars.
Sideways. We got a car around.
Dean Canto.
Oh, and he bagged him up too, trying to keep him moving, but there's problems for Canto.
Yeah, it certainly looked that way. And weirdly enough, I know they're front-wheel drive, but I saw smoke coming out of the rear tyres.
Well, he might have had the brakes locked as well, because I think somebody got into him. We'll have a look, hopefully, at a replay later and see whether he did it on his own or whether he had assistance.
And Canto would have been trying to work his way up from 11th on the grid where he started, so a fair way back to where he's been used to being throughout the weekend. Stokel now looking challenging. We've got some more rain falling on the windscreens, but notice Alajajan at the front. No wipers for him, just pedal to the metal.
Oh.
He's looking forward, not back, and that's worth a few tenths just in itself on lap 2 of 8 of the Mini Challenge race here at the Australian Grand Prix. The gap between Alajajan and Seaton, 7/10 of a second. Then it's Stokel, 2/10 of a second behind. Then Carter, Wood, McLaughlin, Manson, Dillman, McNiven and Thomas making up the top 10. Then it's McKeldin from Zerafos in his debut. Yort, Sammy Newman, Chris Wooten, Cook and Canto rounding off the 17-car field.
So there was some assistance for Canto. I think it was Sean Carter in the plan for growth entry. Let's have a look at the top of your screen. There was... No, that was Carter going underneath, so maybe it was Dylan Thomas.
I think he's already lost, started to lose control before he's been tagged.
The rear angle that we very first saw, it looked to me like the entry there was trouble.
Let's go and visit Louise Goodman, who's with Alan Webber.
Alan, well, not quite the birthday celebration you wanted yesterday, but still front row of the grid's pretty good, isn't it?
Very handy, yeah, tickle pink really. So 1-2 for the team, and they're a great team to be associated with, there's no doubt about that. Red Bull. Obviously he would have preferred pole, but it wasn't to be. So Sebastian did a great job, and so we're hopeful of a better result. Maybe we can turn around somewhere through the race.
You're hopeful. I think the whole of Australia is hopeful. Certainly there's a really good vibe as far as Mark's concerned here this year, isn't there?
Yeah, no, it's terrific. The support's been fantastic, really. So he's hoping.
Going to be some celebration if he pulls it off.
Oh, dear, we could there. Yeah, certainly will.
Have a good time.
Thanks, Louise. Bye.
There wouldn't be a prouder man on the planet.
I know you're a bit frustrated with qualifying, but what's your race pace like?
We are really happy about the race pace, but here is not a circuit where you can easily overtake, so it won't be an easy race. But maybe the rain will help us, because it seems like around the beginning of the race should be a bit of spots of rain. But we are positive. I was really pissed off yesterday because of traffic in the track and didn't allow us to get into Q3. But that's the business, so we look forward to today.
Could be quite a lively race, couldn't it?
Definitely. Always here Australia is a great race. A lot of things happening, a lot of safety car. So I think it will be another crazy race, another crazy year. So looking forward to it.
Have fun.
Thank you.
David, happy birthday for yesterday, as I've just found out. Nice place to celebrate. What did you get up to last night?
Had a quiet dinner with an ex-racer, Martin Brundle, and his wife, so nothing too crazy. You know, I'm a professional, so I've got to work today, so early night.
Yeah, I'll keep quiet on that one. How do you see things shaping up today?
Well, hopefully we'll see a better race than we saw in Bahrain. You know, clearly it would be a great day if Mark Webber was able to win his home Grand Prix. But it's going to be difficult to imagine anyone's going to beat the Red Bulls.
Do you think Vettel will have the edge on him, though?
Pole position's worth a lot here. So I reckon whoever gets to the first corner's got a really good chance of staying there.
Cheers. Cheers for you, too loud. I'm just asking if you think you've got a good day ahead. You're pretty well placed, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I think we can have a good race today. So we had a good qualifying, again in the top 10, and I'm pretty confident for today.
Talk of the wind maybe getting up later on. What impact will that have?
Well, it could be that it starts when the race starts. So it could be a complete rain race, or maybe during the race the rain starts to go. So yeah, we just have to see and react on those situations.
Hope it goes well for you.
Thank you.
From Alan Webber to Adrian Sutil. I was just saying about Alan Webber, what I wanted to make it, there wouldn't be a prouder man on the planet, except for Sebastian Vettel's dad, Gustav, of course. But what a great effort, what a great weekend for them. 2 minutes 20.6928, the fastest lap so far set by Chris Alajajan, out in the lead of the Mini Challenge race, lap 3 out of 8, 7/10 of a second ahead of Glenn Seaton. The double V8 supercar race there at 2 minutes 20.8083 for him. Then it's Carter, what a drive from him. Wood and McLaughlin. And Dillman making up the top 6, but things not going too well, Wade, for Paul Stokely.
No, I was just watching him, Paul. He's dropping back to the field dramatically here. So dramas for Stokel. A good pass by Grant Dillman just then on Scott Manson. So Dooley's always a bit of a live wire. He's in the blue and white car. And Dale Wood coming in behind the man with the fastest first sector. Well, originally it was Sean Carter. Now Dale Wood's got that quickest time.
Yeah, 27-year-old Dale Wood from right here in Victoria. Started his career back in motocross and progressed to state and national Formula Ford Fujitsu Series 2 seasons ago. Very, very competitive. Mike Cable, Rookie of the Year award.
That's the Canto car. That's Ewan standing off to the right there from the Stillwell Mini Garage side of things. So dramas for Canto after that contact earlier on. And Glenn Seaton starting to close in. This is McNiven, I think, working on the back of Manson, is it? So Manson's having a blinder of a run, if that is in fact Scott Manson. He's having a very good drive.
Yeah, Seaton's fastest lap of the race now, 2 minutes 20.61. That's just 0.08 of a second faster than Alajajan, but it has brought him 0.3 of a second closer in this battle for the lead. And not too many drivers with the experience. There's an image now of Dean Canto, the image you don't like to see. The double Fujitsu V8 Supercar champion, endurance racer for Ford Performance Racing this year, alongside Paul Dumbrell in the Bottle Commodore, so Bottle Falcon, I should say. So he'll have a fantastic enduro season coming up, but things not too much fun for him in the Mini Challenge here at the Grand Prix, unfortunately, after 2 great performances, second in practice, third in qualifying, and doing very well in the races. Let's go to John now in the pits with Dean Canto himself.
And as the rain continues to drop down very briefly down here, Dean Canto, what happened?
Young Dillman outbroked himself, I think, a little bit, and he got in the back of me, sent me sideways, and kept getting into the back of me, and it's broken something in the gear linkage now, and I can't get gears, so it's the way it goes.
Tough luck, Ben.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Little bit of rough racing going on there, Wade.
Oh, look at this for competition here, and Sam Newman is in the middle of it as well. Here comes Sam.
Yeah, look out, Sam. Stay out of trouble. Keep it clean. Lakeside Drive, 240 kilometres per hour. And a black flag's been issued to car number 46. We're getting from race control. That's the debutant, Aaron Zerafos, nephew of production car legendary driver Jim Zerafos.
Well, the guys have all been getting in a bit of trouble for curb hopping, Paul, so that is probably the most likely. But look at Sam Newman here. What a drive from Sam.
Unbelievable stuff. He's pretty handy behind the wheel of a race car. It's been a while since he's driven one of these, but he really does enjoy his motor racing, and he does apply himself, believe it or not.
He'll be enjoying the TV time too, Paul. He's right behind Zerafos at the moment. And let's face it, this is the race where you're going to go hard, Paul, because he's sort of thought the weekend out. He's gotten better and better, and why not have a crack at it? And the Pizza Capers, number 50, is going to get Zerafos here.
He's doing a great job. Now,
Foss on Zeraphos.
In the in the Uberstar star driver car, there's been guest drivers that have included Stephen Bradbury, Chris Atkinson from the WRC, World Gold Medal winning Olympian James Tompkins, Ironman Guy Andrews, Jason Ackermanis. Now, I'll never forget this at Tasmania last year when he rolled the car on the warm-up lap.
Well, a lot of people think he was the Uberstar when that happened, but he actually drove as a guest of Motorline Mini Garage. The Uberstar that weekend was Stuart Appleby,
right,
the PGA golfer. I'm just watching Sean Carter. He's in a potential podium finish here. His mum, his lovely mum, ages every time he goes out there and races. She'd be very excited. Now, Glenn Seaton has only 0.5 of a second now between himself and Chris Alajarjan.
We're getting close to the end of the race at lap 5 out of 8 now. Sean Carter, the fastest man on the track, 2 minutes 20.2206. That's 4/10 quicker than either of the quickest laps set by Alajarjan and Seaton in first and second place. So Carter's saving his run. He's only half a second behind Seaton at the moment. Then it's Dale Wood from McLaughlin, Dulman and McNiven making up the top 7. Manson, McElden and Thomas make up the top 10. From Yort and Stokel down in 12th. Sam Newman up to 13th ahead of Wooden, Zeraphos, Cook and Canto's in the pits.
Gee, Sam's got a very big shepherd coming his way here. He's got Wooten breathing down his tailpipes.
He's doing a good job making that Mini expand in width. Just positioning the car in the perfect position so you don't get overtaken. There's the battle between Seaton right now and Carter. Carter's having a look every which way he can.
And the guy in 4th too, Paul, Dale Wood is closing in. So now... This is all favouring Chris Alajarjan, really, isn't it, while these guys battle?
Yeah, in a classic case of when you are battling, you're actually slowing each other down because you're having to change your lines and defend and attack. So this could very well fall into the hands of Dale Wood. He's got the time to do it, to perhaps get a podium finish in this race. There he is, Cito in car 5.
Geez, Carter's right there with him, isn't he? And now Dale Wood, he had the fastest first sector and second sector. Carter has the fastest lap, though. 2 minutes 20.2. No, Alajarjan, 2 minutes 20.21. Now Dale Wood as well.
Now, the sign of a great racing driver is to be able to deliver when he's under pressure. Alajarjan could see Seaton was getting closer. He's extended the gap from half a second, get this, folks, to 1.7 seconds in one lap. Unbelievable stuff from the ex-Team Lebanon A1 GP driver and the ex-Fujitsu Series V8 driver. Seaton from Carter, only 0.3 of a second between Seaton and Carter now. Can Carter do it? He's on the inside lane, shuts the door and says, no way, mate. What an unbelievable piece of driving.
I was a bit worried about that. That could have got pear-shaped in a big hurry, but fortunately, sanity prevailed. The one I'm watching here is Dale Wood in that 4th position. The number 19 car closing in is Dale Wood.
So people think Cito's getting soft in his later ages. No, I don't think so. When they get in the car, they're all the same, these guys. The horns come out of the helmet and they become absolute speed demons, and they're really, really good at it. 2 minutes 19.9628. Dale Wood under the 2 minute 20 barrier. So we keep seeing those lap times getting pushed down with 2 laps to go here in the Mini Challenge Series race, the 3rd and final of the Qantas Australian Formula One Grand Prix here at Albert Park. Putting on a great show for you here and just showing how hard it is to overtake when you've got cars that are absolutely identical in every way, shape and form.
Look at this now. Dale Wood really getting a run on Carter, who's getting a run on Seaton. Here comes Wood. Right in behind him.
You got to remember the experience Cito has. Now, I bet you I'll put the mockers on him by saying this, but you don't get those 2 titles. You don't get 25 Bathursts, albeit without winning one, but finishing second twice. How frustrating for him during his career. As we watch an overtaking move on Carter there, that's Dale Wood getting past. He has been superb. Will Carter get him on the switchback? No, he won't. But Dale Wood, fantastic driving in this race.
He's been coming for the last couple of laps, Paul Marinelli. He's really been turning up the heat. There he is, the Eagle Fuels, number 19 car on screen, and the